Meghan furious as Neil Sean reveals unique footage of moon bump incident in Birkenhead. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has been a lightning rod for controversy since her entry into the British royal family. From her whirlwind romance with Prince Harry to her dramatic exit from royal duties, she has faced intense public and media scrutiny. Yet, one incident stands out as particularly bizarre and enduring, the so-called moon bump incident in Birkenhead. Recently, journalist Neil Sean reignited the debate by releasing what he claims is unique footage of Meghan during a royal engagement in Birkenhead, where her pregnancy bump allegedly behaved in an unusual way, sparking doubts about its authenticity. The footage, according to Sean, raises more questions than answers and has prompted fresh discussions about the Duchess's public image. This story isn't just about a single moment, but about the larger narrative of Meghan Markle's controversies. Was this a simple wardrobe malfunction, or does it hint at something more calculated? And why has this incident refused to fade from public discourse? To understand the gravity of the situation, we must delve into the Birkenhead visit, the footage, and the broader implications of Meghan's actions and public persona. In January 2019, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry visited Birkenhead as part of their royal duties. At the time, Meghan was heavily pregnant with their first child, Archie. Dressed in a striking red coat and purple dress, she appeared glowing as she interacted with the public. However, it wasn't her outfit or her charm that caught people's attention, it was her baby bump. Observers noticed what they described as odd movements of Meghan's bump during the engagement. At one moment, as she bent down to greet a child, the bump appeared to shift unnaturally, almost as if it were detached from her body. This unusual movement was captured on video and quickly shared across social media platforms, where theories began to swirl. Some claimed it was a simple case of fabric folding awkwardly, while others speculated that Meghan might have been wearing a prosthetic bump. The footage released by Neil Sean has reignited these theories, with some claiming it provides undeniable proof of something amiss during Meghan's pregnancy. According to Sean, the video shows the bump collapsing momentarily as Meghan bends forward, before appearing to snap back into place. While this could easily be dismissed as a trick of the camera or an issue with her outfit, critics argue that it adds to a pattern of inconsistencies surrounding Meghan's pregnancy. The moon bump theories have long divided public opinion. On one side are those who believe the incident was a simple misunderstanding blown out of proportion by Meghan's detractors. On the other side are skeptics who argue that Meghan's pregnancy never quite added up. Proponents of the theory point to several peculiarities during Meghan's pregnancy. For instance, they argue that her bump seemed to change size and shape dramatically between appearances. In some photos, it appeared unusually large, while in others, it seemed much smaller or positioned differently. Critics also noted that Meghan was remarkably active and mobile for someone in the later stages of pregnancy, often crouching, bending, and walking in high heels with ease, behaviors that some considered inconsistent with someone carrying a full-term baby. Defenders of Meghan, however, argue that these observations are rooted in misogyny and an eagerness to discredit her. They point out that every pregnancy is different, and factors like clothing, posture, and camera angles can create the illusion of inconsistency. Moreover, they argue that questioning the authenticity of a woman's pregnancy is deeply invasive and dehumanizing. Still, the release of Neil Sean's footage has given new ammunition to Meghan's critics. The video, they claim, shows undeniable evidence of a prosthetic bump, raising questions about why Meghan would go to such lengths to fake her pregnancy. While there is no concrete proof to support these claims, the footage has fueled speculation and kept the controversy alive. The moon bump incident is just one of many controversies that have shaped Meghan Markle's public image. Critics argue that it fits into a broader pattern of behavior that suggests she is more concerned with controlling her narrative than with being truthful. For instance, Meghan has been accused of fabricating or exaggerating stories to gain public sympathy. In her infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey, she claimed that a senior member of the royal family had expressed concerns about the skin color of her unborn child, a claim that sent shockwaves around the world. While many supported Meghan for speaking out against racism, others questioned the lack of specifics in her story and accused her of using the accusation to deflect criticism. Similarly, Meghan has faced criticism for her handling of her relationships with her family. Her estranged relationship with her father, Thomas Markle, has been a source of public drama, with both sides airing their grievances in the media. Critics argue that Meghan has used her family's dysfunction to paint herself as a victim, while others see her as a woman standing up for herself against toxic relationships. The moon bump controversy taps into these larger narratives, with skeptics suggesting that Meghan's alleged use of a prosthetic bump was an attempt to manipulate public perception. If true, it would raise serious questions about her authenticity and the lengths she is willing to go to maintain her image. It's impossible to discuss the moon bump incident without addressing the role of the media in perpetuating Meghan Markle's controversies. While some outlets have approached the issue with skepticism and caution, others have seized on it as an opportunity to discredit her. Critics of the media argue that Meghan has been unfairly targeted because of her race, her American background, and her refusal to conform to royal traditions. They point out that other members of the royal family have faced far less scrutiny for similar or worse behavior. For example, Prince Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein has largely been overshadowed by Meghan and Harry's decision to step back from royal duties. However, others argue that Meghan has invited scrutiny through her actions. They point to her willingness to share intimate details of her life in high-profile interviews, her lawsuits against British tabloids, and her frequent use of public platforms to address personal grievances. By positioning herself as a public figure who speaks out against injustice, they argue, Meghan has made herself a target for criticism. The moon bump incident, then, is not just about a single moment in Birkenhead, it's about the larger battle between Meghan Markle and the media. Whether you see her as a victim or a manipulator, there's no denying that she has become one of the most polarizing figures of our time. As the moon bump controversy continues to make headlines, it raises important questions about how we view public figures and the standards to which we hold them. For Meghan Markle, the incident is just one chapter in a larger story of triumphs and tribulations. To her supporters, Meghan is a trailblazer who has challenged outdated royal traditions and spoken out against injustice. To her detractors, she is a manipulative figure who has exploited her position for personal gain. The moon bump incident, like so many other aspects of Meghan's life, is a Rorschach test that reveals more about the observer than the observed. In the end, the truth about the Birkenhead footage may never be fully known. But what is clear is that Meghan Markle's controversies will continue to spark debate for years to come. Whether you see her as a hero, a villain, or something in between, there's no denying that she has left an indelible mark on the royal family and the world stage. The release of Neil Sean's footage has breathed new life into the moon bump controversy, ensuring that it remains a topic of public discussion. Whether this incident is ultimately remembered as a misunderstanding or as a key moment in Meghan Markle's rise and fall, it highlights the intense scrutiny faced by public figures in the modern age. For Meghan, the challenge will be to move past the controversies and redefine her legacy. Whether she succeeds or fails, one thing is certain, the moon bump incident will remain a fascinating and controversial footnote in the story of her life.